Hello, welcome to Vlogmas Day 22. Okay, well first of all I need to say I've had a request for how to cook Christmas dinner on a wood-fired or solid fuel cooker, oven, stove, whatever you'd like to call it. I was so annoyed because I had fully intended to do a proper, almost like step-by-step tutorial on how to do this, but I just ran out of time. So instead I'm going to just do a little talk through on how to do it, how to cook Christmas dinner on your Rayburn or wood-fired Arga or coal or whatever, or something similar. And I'm going to do that later in the day, so if that's what you come to this video for, then have a look in the description below. I will put in there the time you need to skip forward to if you're not interested in the rest of the vlog. So hopefully that'll help you out, and if that's what you're here for, then I'll see you a bit later. Okay, so on with the normal day's vlog. Today I've come to Wells. I haven't been to Wells at all this Christmas season, and there's a Christmas market on, so I thought I would pop in today. I haven't got very long. And to be honest, I haven't really got much to buy. I think I'm pretty much sorted present wise, so I just wanted a quick look around really, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. And yeah, I do love Wells. It's so pretty. It's such a lovely place. I think if I'm still in this area in my old age, I think I might retire to Wells. Okay, so I've cheekily parked in Tesco's. This morning, Tesco's in Shepton Mallet, there were queues down the road. You couldn't drive past it because of all the chock-a-block traffic. I've come to the Wells Tesco's, which is a little one, and no problem at all parking. And I can walk to the city here just. So I haven't got long because I'm sort of cheekily taking up a parking space, although I have remembered some things that I need to get. I need to get leeks. The leeks Tesco sent in my shopping were minuscule. They were like pencil thin. Oh, you don't want to hear about my shopping problems? Come, let's get going.
Merry Christmas!
If you're a Poldark fan, that building there, that's George Warlegan's house in Truro. Well, I came back from the market, which was really nice. I'm glad I went because I nearly didn't go because I thought, well, I don't really need anything in Wells, but no, I'm glad I went, and I did pick up a couple of presents actually. Came home, picked up Chris. We had a couple of things to get together, and then we went to Aldi to go on a goose hunt, and they didn't have any. I've bought my goose from Aldi for a couple of years in a row, and it's just been fine. It's just been there a couple of days before Christmas, nothing to worry about. They didn't have one this year, so it was like fingers crossed. We went back to Tesco's again. There were 3 goose. Another lady was there. I saw the panic in her eyes as I got there first. And I did pick the biggest one, even though there's only 3 of us having goose this year, but we do like our goose sandwiches, so it's kind of nice that we've got that to look forward to. Also, we went to B&M, and a bit disappointed, we didn't find a lot in there, but I did pick up a couple of new cushions, which I'm really happy about. These are lovely. And last time I tested the B&M cushions. They weren't very comfy at all, but these seem fine. These seem good. I'm hoping that's us sorted. There's still a couple of things we didn't manage to get. I think they're just gonna have to wait and be birthday presents later in the year. We just couldn't find what we wanted. Okay, well that's all my news from the day. I'm now going to chat to you about how to cook a Christmas dinner on the wood-fired Rayburn, or Aga or Essay, any kind of solid fuel cooker basically. This is what I do. I've been doing a Christmas dinner on this now for 5 or 6 years, so I'm not exactly an expert, but I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing. So if you've been doing the same thing, please feel free to add your tips or bits of information about what you do in the comments to help out other people. I know that would be really nice. So the first thing I would say is be prepared. On Saturday, which is the day you'll be watching this, we are going to sweep the flue, and if it's looking clogged up through all the bits, we'll sweep that through as well and give it a bit of a clean. So tonight actually we're going to let the Rayburn go out so that we can do that tomorrow morning. So that gives us the best chance possible of it working properly on Christmas Day. Yeah, at the same time I'll empty out the ash pan and get rid of all the old ash clogging up any bits in the back of at the back of the fuel box. I can't remember what that bit's called. Well, the back, you know what I mean. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry, I might have to hold the cat for some of this, hope you don't mind. Christmas Eve night, I will make extra careful sure that we bank down as best as I possibly can using hardwood logs. We get our logs delivered as a mix. I've recently started to separate it as I chuck it into the log basket, so that I know that the lighter piner bits are on one side and the heavier bits to bank it down are on the other side. And actually I found that really helpful. I've only just started doing that, so take extra care to bank it down well, because of all the nights you really don't want it to be going out over Christmas Eve night. Oh, also on Christmas Eve I will be bringing in a double load of logs. So if you've got the storage space if you do what I do and have a big log basket next to the Rayburn, if you can stack it up high, then I would recommend that as well, because on Christmas Day you don't want to be going outside and getting the logs in, particularly if it's drizzly and horrible weather. You don't want to be doing that on Christmas Day. Okay, Christmas Day morning. Obviously everyone else has their own little family traditions and routines where the kids open their stockings sitting on our bed, usually not earlier than 8 o'clock in the morning. So the minute I wake up, I'll get my dressing gown and slippers on and I'll pad downstairs and I will open up the Rayburn first, keeping my fingers crossed that it did not go out overnight. If it did, I will light it at that point. Again, be prepared, have everything ready, have plenty of kindling. You don't want to go scrabbling around your log pile for the small bits. We've actually gone and bought a bag of kindling, so over the Christmas period we're not having to do that, it's just ready to go. I would say on Christmas Day also, you do not want to skimp on logs at any point. Just treat yourself. Don't go, I mean normally in the mornings I just chuck a couple, I just keep it ticking over unless I know I want to cook. On Christmas Day, don't just go for it, fill it up. So in the morning, where normally I just chuck in like 2 or 3 logs, fill it right to the top with lightweight logs and with maybe a couple of heavyweight ones on the top, just so that you know you can leave it for about an hour. So then we'll open our stockings and then come down, obviously check on it, fill it straight up, because basically you want to get it to roast as quickly as you possibly can. We aim to eat our Christmas dinner at about 3:30 in the afternoon, and that's worked out really well for us, because quite often it's my parents travelling from the other side of the country over to us for Christmas. It means they've got time to do that without having to worry if the traffic's bad or whatever. That's our plan. So to keep us going in the morning, I do cook a fry up. So the hob will heat up much faster than the oven. So if you've filled it up to the top first thing in the morning, by the time you've opened the stockings and come down, that is ready to go. So we'll have bacon, eggs, bread, sausages, all cooked on the hob, and I've never had a difficulty with that. And then what I would say is, as soon as breakfast is cleared up and you've got a spare moment, the next thing to do is get anything you want to roast on the hob and cooking. So I would try and prepare your potato peel and chop your potatoes the night before. I don't always manage to do it, but if you can, if you're prepared and organised, I would recommend that. So as soon as breakfast is done, get your saucepan on your hob and get your potatoes boiling, or parsnips or whatever else you want to roast. And while they're cooking, then we'll go and congregate in the living room for our main Christmas presents. Again, having topped up the fuel. And so I have a goose actually. I don't know whether you do the traditional turkey or whatever meat you're doing. Our goose usually takes about 3 hours, 3.5 hours to cook. I've got a big one this year though, it might be 4. So it goes in about 11, so that actually gives you plenty of time in the morning just to enjoy the morning and, like I said, open your presents up without having to worry about getting things done too quickly. So 11, by then the cooker will be, I would think, at roast. If not, at least at the top of bake. I put the goose in at the bottom of the oven, and there's just room at the top to put in your potatoes. I think that's all I roast. Sometimes I do a little bit of butternut squash actually. So that can be going, and I do find it takes a long time for potatoes to roast. So I put them in straight away with the turkey or goose and get that roasting at the top. And then I basically leave it for a while, an hour, and then I check on it. If the potatoes are done, you can just put them in the warming oven and leave them there for the time being. You don't have to worry too much after that. You obviously want to prepare the rest of your vegetables. You've got plenty of time to be doing that. I steam my vegetables, so I probably wouldn't actually do that until the goose is done. So at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I take the goose out, obviously check it's cooked through. Assuming it is, then I've got space in the oven to now start cooking other things. Someone in the family has steak and chips, so that's another thing. Also, if you've got any other dishes that people in the family want to have, if you've got a vegetarian meal to cook, if you've got anything like that, I would try and limit it to things that only take half an hour to cook. So basically while the goose is standing. So while the goose is standing, that's when I get my vegetables on, and then also at the same time I'm frying his steak and cooking the chips in the oven. So assuming everything is working well, those only take 20 minutes to cook, so that's perfect to do while the goose is out anyway. And then also, if your potatoes were done earlier, I'd put them back in the bottom of the oven just to heat through at that point as well, while the vegetables and the chips and things like that get done. I don't know what else I need to say really. I think that's it. It really isn't as difficult as you might imagine. It's just about making sure you've got plenty of dry wood and your chimney is ready. We did have one year when we didn't eat until quite a lot later because we were struggling with the Rayburn. It wasn't getting going, and at one point the room filled with smoke. It was, yeah, it was difficult, but you know, it's Christmas. You have usually chocolate and biscuits to keep you going whilst people wait. No one really minds. I would say don't forget during dinner, because of course when you've got the oven up to roast, the wood burns faster, and there's been many a Christmas where I've forgotten. Eating dinner is a nice, slow, relaxed affair, and by the end of it I've usually forgotten to put any wood in during the time we were eating, and it's gone right down to nothing. So if you want to cook pudding, don't forget to keep topping it up during your meal, because that's the other thing that's always easy to forget, that when it gets to roast it burns wood faster. So bank it, maybe, actually it's probably a good idea to actually bank it down a little bit, close up the spin wheel, close up this a bit while you're eating, just to slow down the process of the burning so it doesn't go out while you're having your dinner. And then after that you can just relax and enjoy the rest of the day. It's been a long day, so if I've forgotten anything, please do ask questions in the comments and I'm happy to answer. I hope it's helped, and I hope it's reassured you it is your first Christmas with the Rayburn or something similar. And if it is, good luck, it will be fine. Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.